The following program is furnished by Central Valley Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Camille Moultrie. We've got a lot coming up for you on the CVSR show, so don't go anywhere. Let's get started. Welcome to the CVSR show. We've got a great one for you today. I'm sitting here with superstar athlete, not to mention straight A student and tennis player from Clovis High, Peyton Morrison. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your tennis season. How is it going for you?
It's going pretty well. We have a match against Buchanan on Tuesday. I'm really looking forward to it for me and my team.
Okay, and how have you been preparing for that? I mean, is this a big one for you? Is it...
It's not really, well, it can be a big one. We just don't really know how it's going to turn out. We just know to just prep for what we know how to do and just be ready for it.
Okay, now I know you mentioned off camera that this is your second year as team captain.
Yes.
How is that? I mean, what kind of, pressure is that for you being a senior and, you have all these young girls looking up to you? What's that like?
It's really hard. You have to, lead just to be able to, make sure you do everything right so they know what to do right.
So lead by example.
Yeah.
Okay, so what kind of things do you do to, show these girls that you're serious about, your season and you want to have a winning team?
When we warm up, just try to stay focused, try not to worry about what happened in school, just worry about what practice is about, what to look forward to in our match. We just need to buckle down and just be ready for it.
Okay, great. So you've probably been playing tennis your entire life?
No.
No? Okay, so how long have you been playing?
I've only been playing for 4 years.
Oh, wow. And you're the team captain?
Yeah.
And you're doing pretty well. You're a senior?
Yes.
Right? Okay, so who's your favorite tennis athlete? There's a lot of professionals out there, and I feel like a lot of people mainly know, Venus and Serena, but who's your favorite?
I like Madison Keys.
Okay, why?
Madison Keys is just, she's calm, and she's cold, she's calm and collected. She's not, really big on, her. Serena and Venus, they both have, when you grunt, she doesn't, really have that grunt. She's just smooth. I like her. Okay,
so when you play, do you have that mean, vicious grunt, or do you keep it calm and?
I keep it calm.
You keep it calm?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So what kind of training do you do outside of your daily practices? Are you pretty serious and intense, or do you just stay, mainly practicing with your team and at school?
You can say I'm pretty intense. After practice, I try to practice with. I have another coach named Bill English that I practice outside of school with.
Okay.
Usually every Saturday I try to when he's feeling up to it.
So you're pretty committed then.
Pretty much.
And
yes.
Where do you hope to go after school at Clovis High?
I want to go to Baylor.
Baylor.
Yes.
Okay. Great. So what kind of things do you like to do outside of school and tennis? I mean, you're a team captain, so obviously you're a pretty cool person. People like you. People look up to you. What kind of hobbies do you have?
I don't really have any hobbies, but I do like to hang out with my friends outside of school. It was yesterday I went to a Fresno State football game. It was pretty fun.
Oh, great. And with your team, or are these friends just...
It was friends from the team.
Oh, good. So you guys are pretty well connected outside of practice.
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, so what would you say to, a young girl watching right now that wants to play tennis at your level, who wants to be a team captain one day? What advice would you give her? What would you tell her to keep her, motivated towards a goal like you've achieved so far?
I would just say just keep practicing as long as you can. It's not really over until it's not really finished until you're done. Just keep your grades up.
Yeah, it's more just kind of lead by example, like you said, and you just got to keep going day by day and not give up.
Every day.
Good. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. All right. We have Jason Phillips coming up next with not only stud athletes in the classroom, but stud athletes on the field. Stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? My name is Felix Gonzalez, one of the head trainers and owners of G2 Fitness. Well, we believe you should come to G2 Fitness only with the simple fact that when you get here and you're done, you're satisfied.
G2 Fitness is not your ordinary gym. We have rope climbs, we have sandbags, we pull cars, we flip tires, we hit sledgehammers. We do definitely the most unconventional things you could think of to get people in shape.
You'll never be left alone. We'll never quit on you. We won't let you quit, more importantly. So decide, commit, and we'll help you succeed.
You gotta be smiling like I'm a child again. Like I am back in grade school. You got me feeling brand new. And just the thought of you reminds me of the good times. Dusty blue jeans, I grew with ADHD. Back when my life was free, reminds me of the good times.
We're both tired from working all day, but we have to deal with this.
Another bad report card? Doesn't he understand? We want him to do well in school, so he can have opportunities we never had.
He needs help.
We help him with his homework when we can. What more can we do?
We need to call Tutoring Club.
Tutoring Club, guaranteed to improve academic performance. Call now for free testing and registration. A $125 value, free.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jason Phillips here at Central Valley Sports Report, and I'm joined with a few guests up here today. This is a great story going out in Clovis. I've been waiting to do this for a long time. It's about youth football in Clovis. I'm joined here with Chris Milton, owner of the Clovis Avengers football team and a youth football league that we'll get to in a second. Joined here with his son, Kendall Milton, and another player, Matthew Merritt, former products of this league. Chris, I want to start with you, talk about the league in general. This is your first year you guys are doing. Tell us a little bit about the league and how kids can go about getting signed up.
All right, yes, as you said, this is the first year for the Clovis Avengers program, although we've had a Buchanan area team for about the last 7 years. There was just an additional need inside of the community, so we revamped it and created the Clovis Avengers, so we represent Buchanan High School. Inside of the league, the Central Valley Youth Football League, we represent 10 schools, 5 in Clovis, 5 in Fresno. We're all nonprofit programs that feed into the local high schools. So we're really, our main goal is to teach life lessons, to give the kids a positive, safe environment where they can play, but also teach them to be true football players so that by the time we turn them over to junior high programs, all the coaches have to do is worry about X's and O's because we know the kids come with a true foundation.
Now, a lot of parents have concerns about youth football and injuries to their children, major sustaining injuries. What precautions do you guys take, and what do you guys do differently? I know you have staff members. You go with college coaches, Fresno City mainly, to kind of help kids tackle properly. Kind of give us an insight about that.
Well, one of the things, when you start getting into a lot of the sports injuries that the parents are concerned about football, it's, in my opinion, because I've been around it, it's a lot of hype. Because we have to realize kids kindergarten through 6th grade aren't generating enough force to make the hits or make the type of ligament and tendon damage that you see from the collegiate and NFL players. One of the main things that we have parents worried about are the concussions. And we have to realize that with the concussion, less than 1% of the concussions on the youth football field happen from head-to-head combat. It's when the head hits the ground where the concussions are usually sustained. So if that be true, that means that soccer, T-ball, AAU basketball is just as dangerous because those same risks are there. So I think for parents, they truly need to get around guys that kind of educate themselves about this so they understand a lot of the myths. But in regards to what you said, we take our coaches through an extensive coaches clinic by Coach C and the Fresno City coaching staff. We work hand in hand with Fresno State, the director of kinesiology, Scott. He came in and took our coaches through a comprehensive concussion risk and prevention series. So we really make sure that we equip our coaches to once we put them in front of our children.
Awesome. Now, you guys are largely involved in the community. You were telling me about a carnival at Fresno State. I mean, what else do you guys do in the community that people can get excited about?
Well, one thing, we don't mainly want to just target on football players because that's just a small niche. So in January, we host an annual event at Woodward Park called Gridiron Kids Day, and it's tackling childhood obesity. So this last year, we had between 1,500 and 2,000 kids come out. It's a free event. where we take them through an obstacle course, then they go through the park course. We have several businesses in the area that come donate food and beverages. We had California Highway Patrol, the different fire departments come out. I mean, it was just an awesome free event to get kids off the couch. Then we also do the same thing with cheer. We do it, and it's called Cheer for Health. We were able to host it over at Clovis, actually Alta Sierra Middle School.
No kidding. And
we had some prior 49er cheerleaders come in and take the girls through cheer routines and really just get them active. That's all we want to do is get these kids active doing something. So that's what we do, and it's all free of charge. It's just us, men of the community, giving back to the community.
That's awesome. That's why I love this program so much. All right, guys, I want to go to you, Kendall Milton. You're Chris's son. You guys are products of this youth football league. Kendall, I'll start with you. Kind of tell us about your career going through this. When did you start, with your dad's league, and where you and how it's been for you?
I started in first grade, and it's just been great. I've been learning new stuff every year. I've just getting better and better.
Now you're a running back, honor roll student, league all-stars, and all this. I mean, talk about the staff. I mean, your dad, how's he helped you? I mean, you're actually getting looked at by colleges this early at 12 years old?
Yeah, I'm not sure what colleges have been looking at me, but I've heard that a few have been.
Nice. Now you have an invite, your dad was telling me, to Myrtle Beach, like this big invitation. And what other accolades have you gotten from this? What are the benefits out of it?
The benefits are like, it just like encourages me to like just keep working harder and just keep being the best I can be.
Right on. Now Matt, you're a lineman, young man, big kid. Now you're also, from what I've told, on the athletic commission and the student advisory board. Now this is due to your good grades, is that right? And also your leadership abilities?
Yes, it is. I've had a lot of good grades, and I've been a leader for a lot of my life.
Nice.
So.
Kind of talk us through. You guys play one game a week on Saturdays, right? So it's game day. You guys have practiced 3 times out of the week. What is it like on game day? What are the games like? What is the atmosphere? I mean, how much fun are you kids having out there?
We're having a lot of fun because, we're playing with our friends and we're very comfortable around each other, and we have a lot of fun playing together.
Right. Kendall, you guys are playing with, like Matt said, your friends. I mean, you guys school friends from 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade. You guys grow up playing together. How cool is that?
It's awesome because when we play together, if we make a mistake, we don't yell at each other. We just encourage each other to get better at it.
Right now, you guys are both going to Buchanan for high school?
Yeah.
Right on, man. We're going to be some studs in the Bear community coming up. Guys, this is the Clovis Avengers. You can learn more about the league, centralcalfootball.com. Learn how to register. It's K through 6, $245 a kid. That gets them for the whole season, right?
Right.
They just have to show up with cleats?
They just have to show up with cleats, and we take care of everything. I just kind of want to add with them that in January, they'll actually be on their way to Dallas, playing the Brett Cooper Academic All-American Bowl, which is a little different than all the other All-American Bowls because this one is academic-based.
Wow.
So not only are they amongst the top athletes in the nation, they're amongst the top athletes in the nation with a 3.0 or above GPA. So they'll actually go down there. They'll go through a full itinerary, a full schedule. They'll attend the Cotton Bowl. They'll be VIPs to the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, wow.
And after that, they'll play in their Academic All-American Bowl.
Oh, wow. I'm glad you brought that up. So that's the kind of things that you can get to being with this league. And if you want to be a part of Chris Milton's team, Clovis Avengers, you can go clovisavengers.com. This is an awesome story. Chris, thank you so much for doing what you do. Kids, keep up the good work. We'll have a lot more coming up. Stay tuned right here on CVSR.
The Standard, Fresno's premier restaurant and lounge. Start things off with a choice from the Standard selection of wines and cocktails in the lounge, or relaxing on the enclosed patio, or in one of our intimate cabanas. Dine from the Standard's acclaimed menu of California cuisine, where our chef always has something special. Enjoy your meal inside or on the covered patio. It's always a great evening at the Standard Restaurant and Lounge in the Riverview Center at Bryant and Fort Washington. We'll see you tonight.
Where can you find the latest on the best athletes in the Central Valley? Right here on the CVSR show, only on KAIL-TV, Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m.
Hey, Banks. Have a seat and let me make you uncomfortable. Up those grades, son, or the only position you'll be playing in college is sitting on me. You're still awake? Have a seat on old Mr. Bench. At least your buns will fall asleep.
Is this the one about the high school hotshot who gets benched in college?
Hey, man, T, move down.
It's a tearjerker!
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
I'm Derek Carr. You know, you're trying to get to college, make sure you check out Central Valley Sports Report.
All right, we're still talking football. Jason Phillips is still here, and we're joined by Clay Moffitt from Central Valley Football. They are the #1 resource for high school football in the Central Valley. So let's get started.
Let's go.
All right, so football season's been going on about a month. A lot has happened on the Central Valley high school football scene. For me, I would say the biggest surprise has to be Emmanuel High School going 3-0. Who's your biggest surprise thus far in the season?
I'm going to go with pretty much the entire West Yosemite League. We had 4 teams undefeated just up until last week. But Lemoore, for me, I mean, losing Richard Doctor, who was a great running back, and then this year Court Grotehouse has just kind of broken things out and played extremely well. So I'm going to go Lemoore.
Yeah, I'm staying in Kings County. I'm actually going to go with Hanford. I mean, they got good players, but I guess I didn't see any superstars on the team, so I didn't expect a great season from them. But they've been able to put it together, and they're looking pretty strong at this point.
So when you say superstars, what do you mean by that?
I mean, just players. Like I don't believe they have anyone that's got any offers to play college ball. Just, I guess, players that just haven't received a lot of individual accolades and attention. But a lot of times in football, that doesn't really matter. It's a collective unit, and that's what they've figured out there at Hanford.
Just an overall good team, yeah. And I think one of the teams that kind of is on the disappointing scale for me is Kingsburg. I thought they were going to be much better than they were with the big offensive lines that they had. Seth Brooks running the ball. Somehow they find themselves with a losing record. Just kind of odd.
Yeah, and they didn't foresee Hanford coming in and ending that home win streak. So yeah, I think Kingsburg has been a disappointment. Just that massive offensive line. They got nearly a Division I college-sized offensive line, and they just haven't got it together. That has been a huge surprise there.
So what do you think they need to do to kind of get some recognition and do better as a team?
At this point, it seems to be that it's not just one simple fix. You know, they're going to need a little more. Their quarterback play hasn't been terrible, but they need a little more from the quarterback play, a lot more from the running back and defense, and just overall team toughness and mentality and collective cohesiveness, and I guess eyes on the goal and what they really want to accomplish.
I think the injuries have hurt them a little bit. Ben Olsen got hurt, and Josh Sierra, you know, he'll get it together.
Okay, so you know, a team that hasn't been a disappointment this season so far is Edison.
Yeah.
A lot of people believe they're poised to win the Valley Championship. I mean, what do you think? How do you think it's shaping up for them this season?
Yeah, they definitely have a legitimate shot at winning the Valley Championship. And Edison's always going to have great athletes. They've had great athletes since the beginning of time. But they still have a lot of question marks, particularly on the offensive side. The defensive side is pretty lights out, but offensively, they're going to need a lot more consistent play on the offensive line. For having as many explosive athletes as they have, they really haven't had very many offensive explosions this year. I know they put 44 up on Merced, but for the most part, I would expect to see a lot more yardage with that many athletes and that much speed on one team. So there's still a lot of work to be done. I don't think that anyone, by any stretch of the imagination, is a lock for the Valley Championship. Definitely not at this point.
Yeah, D1's pretty open, but Edison's played 4 close games. I mean, one thing you can't say about them this year is they know how to win. But they did the same thing last year. They started out 9-0 and faltered at the end. So injuries, the offensive line is my biggest question, but we can't take away that they are the #1 team. They've beaten the #1 and #3 teams in about a span of 3 weeks now. So, I mean, they are the legit #1, and you know, you're right. I don't think anybody's a lock. It's completely open. 1-point victories over Bakersfield, Clovis North. Come the playoff, that could go anyway.
Yeah, and then even a 1-touchdown victory over Buchanan. But still a lot of work to be done on the west side.
But good job, Matt Johnson, with those boys.
Yes, good job.
All right, so, you know, who are some players that you think haven't gotten enough shine thus far in the season? You know, they're not really, you know, getting the buzz that they should be. That, you know, they're doing well on the field, but people aren't exactly giving them the, you know, acknowledgement that they should have so far.
I'm going to go South Valley in Bakersfield area with 2 Ridgeview players in Jamar Moya, younger brother of Kamari Cotton Moyer, and Lawrence White, their quarterback / safety. 2 really good athletes. Jamar is just a sophomore. Lawrence is a junior. So that's part of the reason they haven't really, I guess, broken onto the scene yet. But they just had a big win over Bakersfield Christian recently. And there's some players that both have explosive capabilities, particularly Jamar. I think he is a player that in time will see a lot more offers coming his way.
I'm glad you touched on that, because Ridgeview is more than just Sheldon Croney.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to go a couple running backs that just played this last weekend. Malcolm Williams of Sunnyside, Marcus Washington of Clovis East. These 2 guys can carry the rock. They had an outstanding game that Sunnyside ended up winning. And I just wrote a blog that you can see on CVSRGo.com about running backs in the Central Valley, and I left both of those guys out of there. So they put it on me and showed me up. But, you know, good job to those 2 guys. And I want to bring out one more guy that we're going to get to know real quick. And South Valley, Liberty Bakersfield's quarterback Jordan Love. Brett Foth got hurt, but Jordan Love killed it this week. 270 yards, 4 touchdowns. We're gonna know this kid here real soon.
All right, Clay, Jason, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
well,
thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
We have a lot more coming up for you on the CVSR show, so stay tuned.
Jason Phillips here with Central Valley Sports Report, coming to you live from the Sanger and Lemoore game. We're going to introduce a new segment this week, Student Section of the Week. Every week we'll be at a different school. Tonight we're at Sanger. This is Sanger. Folks, how are we doing, Sanger? Tom Flores Stadium, you can't beat it. This is going to be every week, different student section. Can't beat this. Woo! Yeah! Good job, boys. Good job. That's what I'm talking about. Good job, people. Good job. Keep us on it. Jump on it. Jump on it. Jump on it.
Awesome, guys. Great job. Welcome back to the CVSR show. I'm joined here by Talia Grajeda. She's a junior volleyball player at Clovis East High School, also team captain. Thanks for joining us, Talia.
No problem.
Good. So tell us a little bit about your season. You had a rough season last year. How's it going so far?
Really good, actually. I think we're going to get a lot farther this year.
Good. Good. So, you know, I know you guys, you're 15-2 right now. How does that feel, having kind of a fresh focus this season?
It feels amazing. Last year we didn't have such a good season, but I think this year we're a lot more determined and we're just going for it.
Good. All right, so you're a middle blocker. What does that mean? What does that entail? What do you have to do to be a good middle blocker?
You have to be fast.
So you're fast?
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
You have to know how to read the setter because you have to block the outside, the back, and the middle. So if you can't read them, you're not going to get up in time and you're just going to be standing there.
All right, so you're a team captain as a junior. How does that feel?
A lot of responsibility, but in a good way. I think as a captain, you have to know what the difference is between yelling at your teammates and encouraging them. So if they're having like a tough game or whatever, you have to know that they're feeling bad, so you need to go up to them and tell them, hey, you got the next play, or get this one, or shake it off, you know.
What do you hope to do after, you know, high school?
I'm hoping to play in college, definitely, and I want to go into the medical field.
What kind of doctor do you want to be?
Specifically, I want to be a pediatrician, so.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your grades. I hear you're doing very, very well in the classroom.
Yeah, I mean, I have a 3.8.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think the grades is just as important as the actual physical part of the sport.
Good. All right, so team captain as a junior, 3.8 in the classroom. Is there anything you don't do?
I mean, I think you just have to work for it.
All right, well, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? My name is Felix Gonzalez, one of the head trainers and owners of G2 Fitness. Well, we believe you should come to G2 Fitness only with the simple fact that when you get here and you're done, you're satisfied.
G2 Fitness is not your ordinary gym. We have rope climbs, we have sandbags, we pull cars, we flip tires, we hit sledgehammers. We do definitely the most unconventional things you could think of to get people in shape.
You'll never be left alone. We'll never quit on you. We won't let you quit, more importantly. So decide, commit, and we'll help you succeed.
Friday night's coming up, and if you don't have a date, don't despair. CVSR.tv has got you covered. Follow along on our show and get all the information about high school sports that you need to know.
Well, that's our show, and we hope you enjoyed it. Remember, we are the spot for Central Valley High School sports. So if you're a stellar athlete or you know someone that's a stellar athlete, go online and make a free profile. You can also visit us on Facebook or email us. That's going to do it for us here at CVSR. See you later, Central Valley.